I like myself. I do. I'm not gonna act like I don't. We were playing a little conversation game at the last Grown Woman's Conversation Fun Day, and we were having a conversation, and I was asked, I didn't hear anybody else of what they said, so I didn't know what anyone else said because I was taking someone down and letting them out the door. When I came up, I was the last one, and I was asked, what is it that you like about yourself? That was the question. Everybody else had answered, so I didn't hear anybody else's, and that was good because I was going to say. And I realized, because someone had said it to me afterwards, and they said, you didn't even hesitate. And I realized at 66, this is what I said. The question was, what do you like about yourself? And I said, everything. I said everything. And everybody was like looking like, I don't know what they said, but that's what I felt. And I don't want to feel guilty for that. I work hard for this. I've gotten to this point where I am now and all of this because I worked on it. I got a shirt that says don't hate. And I know you're probably thinking, who you think she is? That's your shit. That ain't my shit. I know you're probably thinking like, oh my God, she just came out here saying it ain't conceited, it's confidence. It's confidence. And that's what we do. That's what we do. And so I'm showing you, listen, I like everything about me. and I ain't apologizing for it. You know? And I ain't apologizing for it. If you're feeling this energy, you need to check it out. Because it's real. It is no fakey shit. You understand? I ain't trying to act like this and do this and all that. You know, I use the analogy. If someone said I really like that, I said, you ain't heard that? I thought that was an old thing, but I'll share it just in case. You know, you're around people and they act like they live in the champagne life and they're having champagne and then they get home and they barely got some beer in the refrigerator or whatever. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no fake. There's no like, none of that. No, I can't even deal with that kind of shit. I drive this. Well, I drive this. Well, I drive this. Well, I drive this. Well, my kid went to here. You know, are we on the Housewives show or what? I think we've all. Oh, I just don't deal with that shit. Not at 66. Do you understand? Probably at 64. Are you with me? And so I've gotten to that point where I want to show other women, listen, this ain't no fake shit. This is real. What you get, I was saying something. I was just kind of coming into the scene and meeting some new people that I was being introduced to. And so, you know, I had said a couple of, you know, shit is my favorite word. Y'all should know shit. I don't get nasty with profanity. Shit is my favorite word. And I said, oh, you know, she's a little bit older than me, maybe about 5-6 years. And so I apologized to her and she said, stop apologizing. If that's how you talk, that's how you talk. Now, this has only been about 4 years ago, right? I'm 66. So this is not like something that I like figured out at 40 or 50. If any 40 and 50-year-olds is watching this, seriously, when you stop being yourself, but when you get older, who else you gonna be? You inform yourself, you can grow, and this is what we talk about doing, elevating. Elevating is a whole different ball game. But seriously, I'm working on getting better. If you go and you see something and you see this and you like it, and you see this, you like it, and you see this, you like it, you're like, I like all of that. I like that. Then maybe you'll start taking some pieces. Now, hopefully you have complimented people on that. You just don't show up and act like this was your thing. But when you look at that and you see women who can compliment another woman, I always say in every workshop, in every seminar, in every experience that I have as Ron's Way, every experience I have, we go around the room and we have to introduce ourselves and we give the woman a sincere compliment. And I always said, and there's another video that I did on this, and I've always said, if you have, you know, 4 women, and they say the same thing, they didn't hear each other when they're going around meeting different people, and when they get to you, you know, they say their name and they say what compliment they have on you, and they all say the same thing, you should wear that shit all the time. Whether or not it's a hairstyle, whether or not it's some jewelry, whether or not it's your outfit. You should wear that shit all the time. Because if you get some confident women in a room who come in and they come and show up themselves, right? And they make you a compliment and they all saying the same thing, that's your shit. Sometimes if I don't write shit down, it just like comes out of my head. Have you ever walked into a place and your music was playing? It was jamming. And someone was like taking you to your seat where your seat number is, whatever it was. And they were taking you to your seat and that's your music and it's jamming. And you just walk calmly to your seat. Have you ever done that? Or on the other end, you're walking to your seat and getting into the location and your music is jamming. And so you walk in jamming with your music. You like, shit, that's my jam. That could be the other one. In my mind, one is freedom and one is holding back because we're concerned about what someone may say. What would they think? And all of that. And I know where that shit comes from in my family. You know, my mother used to clean houses for another persuasion, right? You know. And so I can understand where that came from. And I've been working my entire like adult life trying to figure out how to like unwind all that shit that's in my head. That's that stuff, right? You know, and it's the people that you're around. It's the company that you keep. All of that makes you who you are, especially at 66. You didn't kind of figure this shit out, or you should have. And so with that being said, I just want women to be themselves. No pretense, no bullshit. I had this woman that came to our function and I really like her a lot. She likes to dance. So you'll see her. She may be on our dancing circuit with the sexy 60 plus sisters. So she's 70. Yeah, she's 77. And, she was just like, so I've been doing some dancing with her for over a year or so. So she showed up and she got up and she said, I just don't be messing around with no messy women. If it's too much stuff, I just rather go by myself. I'm good with that, you know. And so I thought to myself, this is not the third time I've heard this. This is not the fifth time that I've heard this. Either women are gonna like you or they're not gonna like you for whatever reason. You can still be the same person. You don't have to code switch and try to be like, oh, I'm gonna act like this when I'm around this person, or I'm gonna act like this when I'm around this person. No, just be yourself. And the right people are gonna be drawn to you and your energy and your vibe, and the other people are not. She too much. She thinks she all that. I don't like her because she loud. That's their shit. That ain't your shit. And you are not about to change to fit those boxes because those ain't the people that you want to be around anyway. Be yourself, ladies. That's what I'm saying. Be yourself. And the right people are going to gravitate towards you. And the ones who don't, or the ones you choose not, they're going to see that energy, that vibe, and they're going to see, I don't really fit within that. And it's not a hierarchy of, thinking someone's better than somebody else. When you start thinking that, then somebody already done won. I say that all the time. If I have to compete with another woman, she's already won. Let me repeat that. If you have to compete with another woman, try to come in and better her this, better her that, better, whatever, and you have to compete with another woman, she's already won. And trust me, typically she knows that if she's being herself. This is just my regular. You gotta try to outdo my regular, go on ahead. Okay, so this is what I'm saying in regards to when you get to that certain age, you just don't want to deal with no bullshit like that. And I want other women to be themselves. And when those people get together and they're all themselves, it just makes for a beautiful, beautiful environment because you ain't got to show off, you ain't got to put on, you ain't got to act like this, you ain't got to do that. You can just be your damn self. How fucking refreshing. I'm excited. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And I'm feeling it. Alrighty? Love, love.